Good day, everybody. This is Sebastian Keynes with another Watch Our Rolls video. For this one, I'm just going to give you kind of a guide on how I clear the Shadow Keeper here in the Nightmare Void Rift. This could also be applicable to hard mode if you are stuck in it. Now, for my Forerunner accounts, I'm not really loaded with some of the powerful heroes in the account. And I don't have Silas. So you technically, if you have Silas, you can clear this boss off in a snap. You set him up, he can do the job because he can get through with his defense penetration. So it's a lot easier to take this boss down. Now, another downside of this boss is that he has very high magic resistance. So we can't use our magic heroes for this particular boss. We have to use piercers, somebody that can do some damage to him. Now, I don't have some of the powerful marksmen that would allow us to do that. So I kind of just then decided I'm going to make a composition that is kind of based on the Northerners. I'm going to also bring in some of the piercers that I have. But the way that I decided then to chop down this boss is by using Liam. And so I'm kind of using the poison method here to try to bring him down. The key heroes here are going to be Oleg, Brunner, Idril, and Lunaria. That's pretty much it, right? It's all the other ones are going to be interchangeable. Allura can be, you can switch her in for another marksman if you do not have her. I'm going to show you in the setup as to how exactly you can manage that if you need to bring another marksman. Elder, he's another one that you can replace with another tank. It does not really have to be him. If you have a Soldi, bring in a Soldi. It gives a little bit of boost to Oleg here. But the only reason that I'm really bringing Elder is one, to be a backup tank in case I need him, or two, just to give me a little bit of damage. If you need another tank, then just bring a Soldi in or another tank, and then you should be okay. Yes, I am using Brunner in this, and I actually like using Brunner for this particular phase of the Void Rift with the Shadow Keeper, because he has a very large extension. He's very good for me to take down the Aegis followers in some of the stages, and his AoE comes in handy. And especially that little those little bursts that he does when his cannons explode. Now I'm just going to briefly go over the builds here in case it's something that you're curious about. Lunaria will have the Spirit Siphon, 13,000 attack, 432 speed, 299 critical damage. Assume that they're all crit cap unless I tell you otherwise. Allura, same thing, a Siphon. I have her actually an ageless set. This ageless set is a crit rate bangle, crit rate bangle. So you see the access crit rate, but because she is who she is, that crit rate gets converted into critical damage. So on top of the 294.5, we have to add the 14 that we're going in excess with the crit rate. Idril here, IR set, 11,000 attack, 475 speed, 306 critical damage, pretty much. Now for Liam, this the Shadow Gaze is just an artifact that I had. You can use whatever artifact you want, doesn't really matter. And I gave him a kind of a tanky build for this. And if you can load him up with a little bit more speed, go ahead. All you have to make sure is that he survives and that he applies the poisons. That's pretty much it. And Elowen, yes, she is interchangeable. Remember, this boss does apply an anti-heal, so you can I'm using her because I can cleanse that off. Madan, it would be the other option if you need to bring somebody in to do that job for you. A little bit of speed on her just to make sure that she can keep up with the heal on Oleg. Invigoration set just to just in case we need it for something. Brunner here is the one that I have in the sharpshooter crest. Not a completely leveled though. He is in an Soulbond Arcana set, 15,000 attack, about 339 speed, 325 critical damage, some rage regeneration. So that's his build. Oleg here is going to be in my Guardian set, one of the few ones that I got. 90,000 HP, 5,000 defense, and you can see all the other stats don't really matter. I just want to make sure that he survives. The Goddess Grace is just to give him a little bit of extra defense. You can use whatever artifacts you have. If you want to use the one that gives him extra healing, use the one that gives him extra healer. Bastion Ring, you're not going to need it for this particular example. You can also use, Obelisk if you want. Elder, now here for Elder, I have him in the Lunar Advisor, and he is kind of in the tank build mode in the Glacier set, so you kind of see that he has 93,000 HP, some attack, some crit rate, some critical damage, just in case I need him to do a little bit of damage on the boss. But now let me go ahead and just continue playing the clip, and I'll show you the layout that I do take to try to combat this stage here for those of you that might want to try this out. Now, the reason that I'm using Lavura on this side here, on the left-hand side, because of his invincibility mode, she won't get targeted by the archers that come down here, and then I can activate her ultimate with the Aegis followers come out of here. Now, here's the thing. Now here, I'm also going to set up Hydro to cover the cores here, and now Brunner here with this extra range, he is going to be able to kind of cover this whole area here by himself. So he's kind of here by himself, and he's just going to, that is going to be his primary job, is just to take care of the right hand side here. What I was going to say regarding Allura, if you do not have Allura, or you cannot take advantage of any other heroes that have the invincibility. So here I'm just going to try to do as much damage as I can to this Aegis followers coming out here. And here's Lunaria. That's the other purpose that I bring her in, is just to bring these fellows down and do some damage to them. And of course, then I have Hydro here, so you can see now I'm activating the ultimate to make sure that she chops down the Aegis follower. It doesn't come close to the souls here for them to consume it. Now, if you do not have her, you can actually then probably place the marksman here, whatever marksman you have, and then cover with Lunaria on this side, and then you have the healing from Idan or Elowen here. All right, now we're at the stage where the boss has come out. You can see that now I have Oleg. He's hanging out by himself. I'm not activating his ultimate. I'm just letting that shield and his passive pop. That's it. That's all I needed him for. I just want him to hold the Shadow Keeper in place. I put Liam here in this style over here, pointing towards the boss. Liam is just going to be chopping down the boss while I take care of everything else in the map. Oleg is not going to be in danger of dying. The times that I do activate Elowen's healing is just to make sure that that anti-heal is wiped. So let's see, you see Allura there doing the damage, and then Lunaria kind of covering up things for me. And I'm bringing Lunaria in because I want the extension on the range for these particular heroes here. You're seeing here on the right hand side, Brunner is taking care of things for me. No problem there. And I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have Northern Lord. So if you have a Soldi, he can actually get some extra stat boost with that too. So you can kind of see how things are playing out. Liam is taking care of the boss. Oleg is holding me in place. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to activate Hydro's ultimate again pretty soon. But you can see here Brunner is doing a good job taking care of this fellas. He's hitting for about 182,000 there, taking care of this big guy here. Now I'm activating ultimates. Time to chop these guys down. And I was able to get him down before he got to the souls. Okay, so now that I noticed that, now that we're down to 20 to 21, so let's for example say, I'm going to pause this here for a minute. Let's for example say that I did not do enough damage to that Aegis followers that was coming here or here, all right? And they got a soul. Now we need to contend with that. Well, in order for that Aegis follower not to hit Elowen, what I would have done is taken Elder or whatever tank that I had, and I would have placed them right here just to block him out. Make sure that Eloin stays alive, and at the same time allow Hydro to chop that Aegis follower. But because we are able to activate the time, we were able to activate the ultimates on precise times, we were able to chop it down. Now, because now I have Elder accessible, I can place him here in this tile, and now he's going to help Liam do some damage. Of course, Liam did most of the work for us, but we were able to bring down this boss, and that is how I take care of the Shadowkeeper. You can see here the damage. Bruno did okay, Alora did her job, Lunaria did what I needed her to do, Hydro, of course, with her long range, she did phenomenal, but Liam was the one that was assigned to take down the boss. So hopefully this little guide helps you if you are struggling to clear this stage. Give Bruno a chance. He can do some very good stuff in this particular phase of the Void Rift. Thank you all very much for tuning in and watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you all in the next Watch Your Rounds video.